While some Nigerian youths have called on government to create opportunities for young persons in the nation's agricultural sector as a means to reduce unemployment in the country, some of them took to the streets of Abuja calling for efforts to stop the brain drain being witnessed in the country and the irregular migration of young persons. Marvelous Obomanu completes the report.
Almost 3 months after assuming power as Nigeria's 6th democratically elected president, Bola Tinubu seems to making good his promise of ensuring youth inclusivity in his cabinet, as several young persons were notably present among those recently cleared as ministerial nominees to work in the new government.
For the very first time in the history of this country, we are beginning to see that some ministers are below the age of 40, and I think that is something that could hold some promises for the youth demography, in the country. So we believe strongly that a lot could be done to improve on the current numbers in terms of youth inclusion in governance.
If youth are given that opportunity for them to lend their voices or include their voices in policy-making processes, therefore it's going to be beneficial not only to the young people but to the country in general.
As many of these youths converged on the nation's capital, Abuja, they called for more youth inclusion in governance in an effort to ensure their voices are heard.
We hope and believe that the current government will look at the possibility of including young people in as many positions as possible. More so that we have huge youth population in the country, where you have over 70% of the population made up of young people. You cannot, guarantee good governance without including that huge number.
So it is very, very important for youth to have a voice, especially when it comes to policy making, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to peace and security.
Some of them say government must reverse the neglect of youths by previous governments to stop current brain drain and migration of young persons outside the country.
Migration is a right, and everybody or anybody can migrate, but the channels of which we migrate are the issues. So IOM has set out an awareness-raising campaign over the years on alerting people about the dangers in irregular migration. And if you look at it today, it is actually youths that are migrating.
A lot of people are leaving this country, a lot of young people are leaving this country because of the hopelessness, they have seen perhaps in the country. That can change if the government begin to include them, and then bring about policies, programs, projects that can guarantee that the current trajectory is, totally, changed.
The youths are also calling for opportunities in Nigeria's agricultural sector as a means to curb unemployment in the country. Marvelous Obomanu, reporting for News Central.